English literature has one of the richest and most fascinating histories in the world. But often, people get overwhelmed by names, dates, and movements. So let's take a simple journey through time to understand how English literature grew from its beginnings to what we read today. We begin with Old English literature around the 7th century. This was the time of Beowulf, the famous epic poem filled with warriors, monsters, and heroic battles. The language then was very different from modern English, almost unrecognizable to us. Next came the Middle English period. This is when Geoffrey Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales in the 14th century. His stories, told by pilgrims on a journey, showed everyday life, humor, and deep human character. This period made literature more relatable to common people. Then we enter the Renaissance, the golden age of English literature in the 16th and 17th centuries. This was the era of William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Edmund Spenser. Shakespeare, in particular, changed literature forever with his plays and sonnets that explored love, power, betrayal, and the human spirit. After this, the 17th and 18th centuries gave us writers like John Milton, who wrote Paradise Lost, and later, the Augustan Age with Alexander Pope and Jonathan Swift. Literature during this time was filled with satire, reason, and reflections on society. Moving into the Romantic period in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, writers like William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Lord Byron, Percy Shelley, and John Keats focused on nature, emotion, and imagination. Their poetry still inspires readers today. Next came the Victorian Age, in the 19th century, when literature became deeply connected with society and morality. This was the era of Charles Dickens, the Bronte sisters, George Eliot, and Thomas Hardy. Novels during this period explored class struggles, poverty, love, and personal growth. In the 20th century, literature took new directions. Writers like T.S. Eliot, Virginia Woolf, James Joyce, and George Orwell experimented with modernist ideas, symbolism, and social critique. This was the time when literature broke away from tradition and reflected the fast-changing world. Finally, in the contemporary period, English literature continues to grow with global voices, new themes, and diverse storytelling. Writers from around the world writing in English contribute to its richness today. So, the history of English literature isn't just about dates or names, it's a journey of how people expressed their thoughts,